Hello, welcome. I am Abby, and today I'm going to talk about my experience at community college and how I feel now that I'm at a four-year university, and also sort of how I led up to going to community college. So I was a really bad student, really bad at paying attention, really bad at succeeding, really bad at getting also involved, which I sort of regret, in like school spirit and stuff, but that's not the point. I have had really bad test anxiety since I was in about the third grade. I had my first panic attack because of a test in seventh grade. And so I just, really hated school, really felt like it wasn't for me. I had a little bit of, bullying or whatever, where people were calling me stupid or dumb, and it just sort of like, at a certain point, I'm not the strongest person in the world. It's gonna get to you. I'm gonna start to believe it. And so I did, and I was just like, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. School is not for me. I can't, whatever. I can't do this anymore. I really wanted to be homeschooled at one point, and my parents sort of advised me to just make it to graduation. And so I did. I made it, but I'm skipping forward. Also, I have a cat, and I'm hoping she behaves, but sometimes she acts really crazy. So senior year comes, and I, again, was not planning on going to college because I just wanted to be done with school. Honestly, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be done with school. I didn't want to ever have to, take another test in my life. But when I saw everyone else applying and, posting like, yeah, I got into this school, yeah, I got into that school, I felt, FOMO. I felt like I was missing out. And so I decided to apply to like 3 schools in state, and I didn't get into any of them, and it was really hard on me. Even though it was not the plan, I felt like, yeah, I already knew I was stupid, you know what I mean? So it was just like, of course I didn't get in, why would I? And so community college was the next step for me. And my mom went to community college for 2 years and then went to a university, and my sister did the same. And I did 2 years, and I have no regrets. I genuinely don't. It was the right decision for me, and I think it is the right decision for a lot of people who think it might not be. There's a stigma. I mean, I feel like that's just like the bottom line. Community college, is for, the dropouts, and for the people who didn't even graduate high school, and for people who, are dumb, and for people who, I don't know, like are druggies and like, just really negative aspects, and that's just so wrong. I mean, it's so wrong. My classes at my community college were challenging. They were hard. And it's not easy, if you don't show up like 3 times for classes, just like at universities, you get dropped, Attendance is important. You have to show up. You have to do well. I mean, if you don't get a C or better, in a lot of states, I believe, you cannot even use that class towards your transcripts, towards your being able to transfer to another school. So like, it's important, and you have to do well. And it was challenging, and I had to buckle down as soon as school started and be like, okay, Abby, like you're gonna actually try for once, because in high school I gave up. I completely gave up. And so this was now my time to actually try, to actually put in effort, and it was a really vulnerable time for me because I never tried for years, honestly. Like, I think after my sophomore year of high school, I gave up. And so it was really scary, I had to learn how to study again, and like all this stuff, which I could not have done if I was at a university. I had one-on-one time with many teachers, and I'm not saying that's not possible at universities. I'm just saying it's much easier when your classroom is only like 20 people. When you're taking a freshman course at a university where you have like 100 plus people in a lecture, that would just not have worked for me. And I also didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I think a lot of people go to college and they don't know what they want to do, and that's normal. And some people graduate and they still don't know what they do, and that's normal, and no shame. But I think that it is irresponsible. I don't know if that's the right word, but if you don't know what you want to do, maybe don't go to school yet, because it is a lot of money, and there is no, there's nothing wrong with sticking around. I actually became very independent. It's not like my mom was controlling me or my dad was controlling me and telling me, what to do or whatever. Maybe I'm just lucky and I have parents who trusted me and gave me that freedom. So it wasn't like I felt a need to escape my parents or like anything like that. It was nothing like that, and it was a time for me to grow, and I did grow a lot. I used to always have a dirty room. I used to always, like I said, never study. Just like, I did not have my shit together at all. And I could not even imagine having to take care of myself on my own. Also, dorms. I mean, I, thank God, had never had to do with that, but my boyfriend had a dorm. My best friend obviously went to a dorm. I mean, you have to be in a dorm, and like the horror stories I've heard, just like completely, I'm glad I never experienced that. I don't think I would have learned much from it, besides like being miserable. So I didn't have to do a dorm, which I think is a pretty big bonus. You can just take a year or two to be like, okay, I'm done with high school. What am I doing now? Let me focus on what I'm doing now. Get a good job, focus on school. And I think that it's a really good decision for a lot of people who don't know what they want to do or don't feel ready. Because I think that a lot of people just go to school and they don't actually love the school they're going to, or they're going just because of, society pressure. Where I'm from, I definitely think multiple people look down on me because I didn't go to school. Some people thought I was taking a gap year, which was sort of infuriating. Nothing's wrong with gap years, but I was working my butt off in school, and to have somebody be like, oh, that was your gap year, I'm like, I'm not taking one. I'm like trying to succeed, and I'm trying to do well because I want to get into school, and now I'm taking this seriously. And it was a really good time for me, and there were cons for sure. There definitely were cons, but they didn't outweigh the pros. Friendship is really hard at community college because everyone is there to just do well in school and leave. And on social media, especially nowadays, you're gonna see, a lot of people who are posting constantly of, parties, and, you're just gonna feel like you're missing out on a lot of stuff. And I definitely did. And my freshman year was tough in terms of that aspect, because I was a pretty social person in high school, like always sort of had something to do or whatever, had someone to hang out with or whatnot, and everyone left. And then I was just left to sort of evaluate myself, and I grew so much though. Like, I cannot stress enough how much I grew by going to community college. Like, it was a time for me to just do me, and like that was it, and like to figure out how to be comfortable being alone, which I thought I was comfortable with actually, and I wasn't. I absolutely was not comfortable being alone and having my alone time, and just spending time discovering who I am alone, which like some people like don't really ever do, which is fine, but I think it's really important to get really comfortable being alone, but that's a whole nother rant. I mean, so yeah, friendships are tough, and I think that's really the biggest thing is, just feeling lonely and feeling like you're missing out, and, some friends might not be supportive or might judge you, and you might have to deal with that, which is really stupid. And another reason why I'm making this video is I'm hoping that it'll reach somebody who maybe thinks community college is for, whatever, people less than. And I'm just here to say it's not. I mean, I had met so many variety of people at community college, and it was really fascinating. And there are old people, and there are people who still don't care. But honestly, I see more people who don't care at my university that I'm at now, which is super interesting to me because we're paying way more, so you'd think people would care more, but they don't. I mean, people are skipping all the time, and, whatever, like, people don't study, and it just blows my mind, because, everyone at community college really cared, I felt like, in my classes personally, felt like they had to do well, showed up to class. I mean, we took, at my community college, really seriously the absences. Like, if you're absent like 3 times from most classes, you get dropped from the class. And I think it's, you know, it's not as serious there. So I learned stability and I learned structure and all that at a community college, and now I'm at a university where it's actually more relaxed, which I just think is funny. So I think it's important to go there. Like, I don't this might be like, well, I want to skip, Abby, so well, okay, I mean, skipping is nice, of course, but that's more from an immature standpoint. Like, is skipping really nice? You know? I mean, most classes are only like an hour or so, you know? Is that really that bad to show up for a class for an hour? You can zone out the whole time. I just think skipping is sort of stupid, which is really funny because I literally like didn't go to school my senior year. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I think that community college is good. It's a good time. End of video. Peace. No, but really, like, I don't regret it. I think it's good. I think that you will learn about a lot about yourself. It's good to do something different. It's good to, you know, not go against, I mean, go for what everybody else is doing. Are you going to school because everybody else is doing it, or are you fully ready? And I really think that people should consider going. And if you are already in college, you know, just try and change your mindset on what community college is. And if you, you know, have anybody younger really who you think maybe isn't ready, I think that this is important to hear, that it's okay to go to community college. And my camera died, so I'm going to try and wrap it up really quickly. Pretty much, I think community college is a good idea for people who aren't sure what they want to do. And if you go for 2 years, like I did, you can walk in and only focus on your major because all your general eds will be out of the way. Okay, that's all. Please watch my next video because I'll try and keep making these. We'll see. And if you have any other questions about community college, comment down below and I will definitely answer any questions that you might have, or anything that I didn't address, which I'm sure there are stuff. But I just wanted to make this video for anybody who has questions about the community college experience, or maybe just personally why I decided to go. Okay, goodbye!